Welcome back to the Integrated Leader Podcast. I'm Lauren Marie. This week, we've been looking at how to guide your team through change, not just on paper, but emotionally, relationally, and practically. Today's episode is actually about something deceptively simple, but crucial: communicating change with clarity. Because here's the truth. Most change doesn't fail because it was a bad idea. Probably was a great idea. It fails because it wasn't communicated in a way that people could hear, absorb, and trust. When people are confused, it's rarely because something was too complex. It's because it was unclear. As leaders, we're often so close to the change. We've been in the meetings, the brainstorming sessions, the planning, that by the time we're ready to announce it, we forget that everyone else is hearing this for the first time. We rush through the announcement, check the box, and move on. But our teams, well, they're still back at slide 1 thinking, wait, why is this happening? What does this mean for me? And are we okay? If you want to communicate clearly during change, here's a simple framework that works almost in any situation. I call it what, why, how, when, who. What? What exactly is changing? Name it directly and simply. Why? Why is this change happening? Why now? How? How will it actually be different day to day? When? What's the initial timeline? What should people expect? And who? Who's impacted and who's the point person for questions? You don't need a script. You need these 5 pieces. And if you miss one, people will fill in the blanks themselves, usually with fear, not facts. Let's also talk about tone, because your energy is carrying the message too. When you deliver a change update, ask yourself, am I speaking slowly enough to give space for people to process? Am I using language that's warm, not sterile? And am I showing that I care, not just that I've decided? If you're not sure what to say, try, here's what we know, here's what we're still figuring out, and here's what you can count on me for. That sentence alone builds so much trust. Here are some real-world examples. A leader I worked with was rolling out a new performance review process. His first instinct was to send a detailed email with a dozen bullet points and a link to the new system. Instead, I encouraged him to sit down with his team and walk them through it slowly, using the 5-part who, what, where, when, how framework. He said, here's what's changing, the way we set goals and give feedback. Here's why the old process wasn't helping us grow or stay aligned. Here's how we'll have a shorter monthly check-in and clear expectations. Here's when we're starting next month with training next week. And here's who to talk to if you need your help, your team lead or me. The result? No panic, no confusion, no drama. Just a team that felt informed, respected, and included. Something to keep in mind is that you don't need to be afraid to repeat yourself. If you feel like you're saying the same thing over and over, you're probably doing it right, especially in change. Repetition is not annoying, it's reassuring. And remember, the way people hear your words is filtered through emotion. They're not just asking, what are you saying? They're asking, do I feel safe with you as my leader right now? Clarity is a gift. It doesn't mean you have to have all the answers. It means you're willing to be honest, consistent, and human, even when the path isn't perfectly laid out. Tomorrow, we're closing out the week with something every leader needs in their toolkit: how to handle resistance without losing trust. Because not everyone will cheer for the change, and that's not a failure. It's part of the process. Thanks for showing up today. I'll see you tomorrow on the Integrated Leader Podcast.